it's Casey at Snake River Seed Co-op. I'm here with grower Leslie Jewell at Cool Ranch here in Garden City, Idaho. Leslie's got a lot of things to share about squash bugs. It's peak squash bug season, and Leslie is going to share some things with us about which methods are available for folks and which ones she likes best and why. Okay, hold on. We're going to switch to her.
So there's a couple of options for dealing with squash bugs. I have my preferred method, but we're going to talk through some of the other options. So one option is a vacuum. Some people haul around a shop vac or a little handheld vacuum to vacuum up the adult bugs and maybe some of the nymphs. The drawback I see is it doesn't address the eggs, and you also have a really disgusting thing to have to empty at the end, and I don't really know what people do with that. Another option is to tear off part of the leaf that has the eggs on it, which is destructive to the plant. And unless you are like actively popping the eggs, which I have done, it's kind of satisfying and gross, you're not really certain that you're getting all the eggs, and then you're also got the nymphs and the adults to deal with still. Another option is duct tape, which can be really useful if you like do a backwards loop and use the sticky part to get the eggs off the leaf. But it can also tear off part of the leaf, so it's destructive. And sometimes the squash bugs love to lay down or lay their eggs in the V part of the veins, and it's really hard to get down there with the duct tape. And then also at the end of the whole process, after you've gotten the eggs, the nymphs, the adults, whatever, and you've got them in your duct tape, you end up with a little piece of trash. So I don't really like that option. Another option is diatamacous earth, which you can put down, but that only works when it's dry. If it's wet, rain or irrigation water, whatever, it is not effective. So you have to put it down repeatedly, and it also costs money. And that's also another drawback to the duct tape, is that it doesn't work very well when the leaf is wet. So it really limits the times that you can actually go out and do that. If the leaf is even the tiniest bit wet, the duct tape just won't work. My favorite way is with a knife and some water. The reason I like this is that it's free and there is no trash at the end of it. And also you can use the tip of the knife to get right down into the vein part where the eggs are. And you can put the eggs, the nymphs, and the adults in the water while you're collecting, and then at the end you just dispose of the water. So awesome. We're going to show you, we're going to go check out my Burgess Buttercup squash patch that I haven't done any monitoring for 3 days to make sure that we had something to look at, because I'm usually out here at least once a day getting all the eggs and the nymphs and the adults. But we're gonna go see what we can find, and I'll show you how to use this. All right, so this leaf has a couple of spots of eggs. So the technique for using this knife is I've got a bucket of water, a little bit of water, and I want a wet knife. And get out of the way. So first I just get the eggs a little bit wet, and then just run my knife along them, and they practically just jump up on the knife. And then I dip the knife in the water and they come right off. If you don't have a wet knife, or if your knife is dry, or if the eggs are too dry, they will kind of pop around, and that's not good, because then they're just down on the ground doing whatever they want. The other thing I like about the knife is that you can get right down into that vein intersection, so it gets quite tidy as far as getting everybody. My least favorite ones are on the stalk. They do tend to pop around a little bit, so it's nice if you can have your little bucket right underneath. Well, that wasn't too bad. And I think I saw some nymphs around here, which you can try to get in the bucket. Their little bug bodies are quite fragile, and they'll often just mush. So sometimes I just mush them